This is the enemy's public, and I am Bro.Nasir. Just want to speak about the war in Ukraine, not necessarily the war, because I spoke about that colonial conflict that's going on in Europe. Now, it's a lot that's going on over there. With all of their bombing and shooting and going on and carrying on over there, they still have a time for their racism, their white supremacy. They still have have time for that. From my understanding, our people are not allowed to flee as the others are. They're allowed to go into Poland. They're allowed to go into different areas of the of Europe, in that area, in that region. Yet they still have the time to oppress our people. Now, the United States plans to accept up to 100,000 Ukrainians fleeing Russia's invasion and is pledging $1 billion in new humanitarian aid. The Biden administration said on Thursday, after a month of bombardment, so they say, touch off Europe's fastest moving refugee crisis since the end of World War II. Now, the announcement coincided with President Joe Biden's meeting with Europe's leaders in Brussels to coordinate Western response to the crisis. More than 3.5 million people have fled from Russia, not from Russia, from Ukraine, since Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24th, putting a strain on the neighboring European countries receiving them. U.S. lawmakers and advocates have urged Biden to do more to help those seeking refuge in the United States. In the first 2 weeks of March, 7 Ukrainian refugees were resettled in the United States. Internal U.S. Department data seen by Reuters. Some Ukrainians have traveled to Mexico to seek U.S. asylum at the southwest border. Some senior Biden officials said that the administration still expected many Ukrainians to choose to remain in Europe close to their home country, to choose to remain there because of, they have family there or what have you. But added that the United States' commitment to receive more people would release some pressure on European nations currently hosting the bulk of the refugees fleeing the conflict, the global conflict. Now, when our people wanted to talk to Biden about our grievances and what the United States owe us. Now, the United States owe Black people reparations. But that's something that I'm not saying I don't agree with reparations. It's just that I know what kind of people we're dealing with. We're dealing with a people who would say they don't have the money for us, but will pledge hundreds of millions and billions of dollars to others. Now, 10 years ago, Afghans were terrorists. Okay? Every Afghan you seen, people were suspecting them of being a terrorist. They're going to bomb this, they're going to do this or do that. Al-Qaeda, Taliban, what have you. Last year, tens of thousands of Afghans were brought to America, and they were given money. Yet the residents here are having a bad enough time in our homeland. We built this, so this is our homeland. Now, as you look and you see all of these Ukrainians fleeing their homeland to cross over to Poland or wherever they're going to that region, they're in crowds, large crowds, and there's no telling the illnesses these people have, what these people have. They haven't been, I know it's impossible, they haven't been social distancing, and I'm sure they haven't had enough time to do the necessary precautions to prevent illnesses. I'm not saying take the jab because I don't subscribe to that. But these people have been gathering in crowds all day, every day, trying to flee their homeland. And the United States is sort of bringing them over here. And most of the time when they bring them over here, they do it to undermine us. Because when it comes to us, they just don't have it and they'll study it. But they come up with a figure when it comes to other people. They come up with a figure and they have compassion when it comes to other people, but there's no compassion when it comes to our people. The people who have built this land, the people who, if it wasn't for us, there wouldn't be no United States as far as you name it, commerce, international trade, culture, especially culture. We lead in it. And culture is just not, it's not only entertainment, so don't get it twisted. We lead in culture. Yet, when it comes to our people getting tangibles, it's always a study. And they find a round figure when it comes to other people. Now, I'm going to go to different areas because it all coincides and it's all dealing with the disrespect of our people. Now, this new judge, I think her name Ketanji Jackson, she's nobody but Clarence Thomas in a dress. That's what they do. They give us sort of a symbolic gesture, yet the symbolism is nothing but white supremacy and blackface, because all Clarence Thomas ever did was use white supremacist talking points and did masses bidding. And this all this lady going to do, this new judge who they nominated, that they'll always nominate somebody who's not of our best interest to deal with us. And they'll say that I'm black, vote for me. Or they'll say, I'm black, I'm going to look out for you. Yet when they get to office, none of them do what they say they're going to do. Or they'll say that they work for everyone. But they'll work for everyone and they'll do something for everyone but us. Take, for example, the Obama administration. The Obama administration did absolutely nothing for black people. Nothing. But people jumped on his bandwagon and voted for him twice. Donald Trump came after him. As bad as Donald Trump is, You can respect Donald Trump because Donald Trump don't act like he's your friend. I'd rather know someone is not my friend than to think they're my friend and they're not. Biden is a backstabber, but you can see it coming when it comes to Donald Trump because he'll stab you in the chest. You can at least see it and defend yourself with Donald Trump. Yet a lot of things Donald Trump wouldn't have done that Biden is doing. I'm not an advocate of Donald Trump, but Donald Trump said he'll talk to us. Biden said he's not talking to us. He told us we're going to have to deal with people coming over here. We like to deal with Hispanics. We like to deal with Afghans. We like to deal with Ukrainians now. There's no telling. He had 2 more years. There's no telling who else we're going to have to deal with. He tell us we're going to have to deal with them, not him and Kamala Harris. We're going to have to do it. He stood there and he all but cussed Black people out, those who are into politics, those who are trying to get a job with him, those who want to work with him. He all but cussed them out and told them to go to hell. I'm not doing anything for any of you, but you're going to have to deal with this. Yet, to all those who voted for Joe Biden, to all those who went out and campaigned for him, to all the entertainers, to all the tethers who's out here advocating for Joe Biden, trying to get our people to vote for this man, bringing old people out on a cold November day to go out and vote for this man. How is it going for you? Joe Biden passed no law. He did nothing for us. Everything Joe Biden has done has been against us. Yet our people are into these politicians. Why don't we try minding our business? Because politics, American politics, is none of our business because we have never benefited from it. Yet, some of our people, and I say our people because they look like us, but they're not of us, they're not trying to advocate, and they're not acting on our behalf. Take like a Roland Martin. Roland Martin wants a job so bad. I think if David Duke ran and he ran democratically, Roland Martin will advocate for him. Anyone who's out here running democratically, Roland Martin will try to get us to vote for him or her. Because look how he jumps on the bandwagon. If you look at Kamala Harris during her earlier times when she was running for president, everybody was exposing her for who she really is. And then when she was picked, when Joe Biden won the primary, everybody jumped on the bandwagon. You got dumb Negroes that because she did something stereotypical, that won them over. Something stereotypical won them over. Something like singing Atomic Dog, something like wearing certain clothes, something like wearing Chuck Taylors, that win you over. Chuck Taylors are made by white people. So Chuck Taylors, because somebody wear Chuck Taylors, it should win you over. Okay, you'll put the lives and the livelihood of yourself and your family, all because this woman know a song. She did a sister act. That's all it was. It was a sister act. She played the sister girl thing without our black women, with our women, act like she was down. And some of the silly among us, some of our silly ass sisters, they just wanted to see a woman with prestigious power, even if she's detrimental to us. As long as you see a woman, a black woman in particular, with that type of power, even if she's not going to do anything for us, if she's detrimental to our well-being, even if she has a history of putting black women and black men in jail, laughing at it, and putting innocent black men and women in jail and laughing, thinking it's funny, she's good. She's good. We need to get out of our silliness and start being serious about ourselves and our people. Either we're going to make it or we're not. And either we're going to fight for our lives and the lives of our children, or we're not. And if we're not, well, if we are capitulating punks, we don't deserve to be here. We deserve whatever they do to us if we're going to behave like Negroes. When they see us united, it frightens them, and they work night and day to stop that and break that up. Yet, we don't see that, and we accept anyone in our circle. We need to stop accepting people in our circle. When we decide what we're going to do and we're going to do something, that's what we need to do. We need to stay focused. We need to have a plan, because if we fail to plan, we plan to fail. We need to stay ready so we don't have to get ready. And we need to vet those who come to our circle to be sure that they're trustworthy. We can't have anybody working on our behalf, because they could be working on the behalf of someone else and not be of our best interest. You've seen our history and what has happened. Have people coming around acting like they're with our brother Fred Hampton, acting like they're with Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale and Eldridge Cleaver, acting like they're with these brothers. And they were nothing but agents. Brothers coming around the Nation of Islam, acting like they're with the Nation of Islam, building a nation for our people based on God's word. Yet they were agents. And we have agents among us today on this very platform that I'm on now. They do so much buffoonery, so much niggardly behavior, all under the guise of being pro-black. Every time you look up, you see them disrespecting and downgrading and discrediting those who want the same thing that they say that they want. Yet, we can't even get together on a platform and have meaningful dialogue and what they call build. We can't even do that. Why? Because everybody wants to be the man. Everybody wants to be the big YouTuber. Everybody wants to be the one with the most views, the one with the most subscribers. Yet, when you get these subscribers, just imagine if you have 300,000+ subscribers and you are misleading that many people. When you have that many people as a subscriber, you have twice as many ears as you have as subscriber because they have 2 ears. Just imagine, it's a lot of ears. And you're not saying nothing to them besides entertainment, gossip, drama, disrespect, but not teaching them a damn thing. And if you are teaching them something, it's regurgitated, most of it pseudo knowledge, branch knowledge, knowledge that if they don't know by now, they must have been under a damn rock. That's why we're disrespected, because they look at us and they say black people behave like damn fools. That's how they look at us. That's why they disrespect us, because we're not united enough. We know how to come together, but don't know what to do when we get together. You have to have a plan when you come together, because the devil, this wicked beast, does things all the way around you. They don't sleep. And if they do sleep, they work in shifts to see that white supremacy remains. Yet we don't work relentlessly to put white supremacy to death, because a lot of our people are major proponents of white supremacy. They don't even realize it, that they're white supremacists. They are wannabe honorary white supremacists. And some of them don't even realize that they use white supremacist talking points. Whenever you start repeating what CNN, MSNBC, CBS, Fox News, whenever you start repeating what these people say and take it as truth, holding on every word, those are racist, white supremacist talking points. And that's the reason why they disrespect us. It's the reason why they'll say, okay, we'll bring 100,000 Ukrainians over here. And it's less of what our people get, because they owe us. They do owe us. And they disrespect us. They tell us, okay, we just don't got it. All they have to do is press print. That's it. But they'll tell us they don't have it. And all they have to do is press print. And print the money out. Because the money is fiat money, nothing backing it anyway besides military might. So all they have to do is print it. Cut down some more trees, process into paper, and print the money. That's all they have to do. But they're trying to tell us, they're telling us they don't have it, but they are printing money in Philadelphia for these Ukrainians. They printed money for those Hispanics they let over here, and they printed money for those Afghans. But when black people come to them and tell them that we need to talk about reparations, meaning repair the damage that they have done and compensate us for hundreds of years, centuries of free labor that are coming to the trillions. But all they have to do is print the money. They're afraid to do that because black people with power and the smarts, the brilliance, because you look at some of us who are millionaires and billionaires that came from nothing, they're afraid of that multiplying. That's the worst thing they can do, is have that type of behavior multiplying. Because some of us can make it happen with a lot less. Some of us have made it happen with a lot less. So if we receive reparations, we can empower ourselves and we can really become a nation. We're a nation when it comes to numbers, but we're not a nation when it comes to dealing with what they call nationhood, the land, the commerce, the international trade. We have the numbers and we have a culture. That's all we have, and they want to keep it that way. And then you have some of us who say we shouldn't ask for reparations. They gave it to everybody else. People they went to war with and destroyed their land. America rebuilt their land. Reparations only mean repair the damage that you've done to the people and their nation. But that's why they bring 100,000 Ukrainians over to America. It's to undermine us. Every time it comes to the point where they say they're going to study it, they should be master of that study by now. Reparations, they should be master of that study. And people, when they say they're going to study it, people should be outraged and they should demand, especially those who say they're speaking for us, those who look like us and say they speak for us and on our behalf, they should be saying, no, we're not going to study it. Tally it up, cut the check. Cut the damn check. This is The Enemy's Public. I am Bro.Nasir. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Peace.